Test, 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 audio test. Talk.
Guys, let's all yell as loud as we can when he says
Well,
go.
you're on right now.
Oh, beautiful.
let Grimble roll. I guess I'll go muted.
I love Max's power.
Thank you.
We'll have to see if you guys are too quiet. I don't know.
I do. I also have this guy here too, which is fun. So, and my hair's. I just got out of the shower, so.
All right.
Tyler, do you have yours first?
I got this one. The other Noquet one's up on the.
Grimble, it's yours in 5, 4, 3,
If you have
2,
please leave it.
1.
Hey there, Noquet Lodge. I wanted to welcome you all into our stream. We're going to be having good times. Looks like everything's running really well. I'm going to go ahead and run through my introductions. I got Ryan Stoltz, the Lodge Chief and I don't know about self-acclaimed, but karate master. We got Cullen Houlihan, the Chief of the Moosin Men of the North. Then, going from there, we have Tyler Halka, Chief of Ottawa, or the mighty Ottawa people. Danny Miller, who is a running boy with his Jackalopes of Layla hockey. We got Max Tartamella of Chippewa with his Phoenix Mafia. And then Alex Chaika, leader of most of Wayne County and the BC Opagon chapter. So we're going to be doing a bunch of fun things tonight. Anybody want to make any remarks before we get started?
It looks like it's working. If there's any issues, just drop it in the chat and we can get that fixed if it's audio or visual or anything like that. So let us know. We want to interact with you guys, so hopefully we'll let this be pretty fun.
Looks like my audio is coming in real quiet.
Audio's coming in quiet. All right.
Can you see that cranking?
Yeah, we'll crank it. All right. That's pretty cranked. I don't want to blow it out with my sound, so hopefully that works.
All right, let's see how this sounds now.
Interacting with you guys, so hopefully we'll let this be pretty fun.
Audio test. All right. Yeah, we'll crank it. All right. That's pretty cranked. I don't want to blow it out with my sound, so hopefully
Still kind of quiet.
that
That
works.
I'm not sure what it is.
Okay, let me try and unplug and we'll see. Now, okay, all your audio should be coming just through the computer.
I just found out that the base to my succulent is like splitting, so that's a little disappointing.
Might have to leave it in the woods somewhere.
Yeah, you would like that, wouldn't you?
I don't want to blow it out with my sound. All right, we'll see how that goes. It seems like that is that's the issue, is the audio. If we need to correct that, but we should be good then.
There we go.
Everybody can just turn up the volume on their phones.
Yeah, max it out.
Blow out the speakers.
All right. So it sounds like it's coming through a lot better now. So how you guys all been?
Thriving.
Thriving?
I'm doing pretty good.
I'm on the upward right now.
I've been doing epic.
I've just been chilling, honestly.
It's like we all need haircuts, especially Max.
All right. So I guess we can go ahead and get started with that Kahoot. So I'm gonna go ahead and screen share, and then I'll go ahead and show you guys the link. Go ahead and join up. So let's see, how's that looking for you guys?
Looks good to me.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're gonna be the actual stream is gonna be a little behind for everybody else playing.
So go ahead and put on your when you add a name, if you want to win a prize, make sure you use a valid name so we can recognize and figure out who you are. Other than that, should be pretty fun.
All right, let me just see if we're good on audio. Sounds good. All right, perfect. Anyone want to take bets on who's gonna come in last?
Tyler.
I want to say not me.
Then be Tyler.
I think it's going to be Danny.
I would agree.
Danny's our youngin' here.
Well, what's the topic? Like, what's
It's
the
Noquet.
overall
Just
theme of
Noquet
this?
stuff in general.
Like,
Okay, stuff.
I don't know. Tyler was in another lodge and section.
That's true.
And somebody's 522.
oh, they're
Five,
winning.
two,
They're winning.
two. Are all of us in it?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
The light almost died.
So we got 27 watching the stream right now, so I say give it a few seconds and we'll see where we're at.
We'll let it get to 29 players.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Oh, they're coming in. We're having a party here now.
Oh boy.
How long give the time
Move
on
my
this
board in here.
for each question?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What if the question's over before they see it?
I think I put a bunch of time on it. Like I put over a minute to make sure that wasn't an issue.
Our times are gonna be super fast, but
Yeah, we have the point advantage here.
Well, we can do like we're not competing for the prizes, so it's whoever else, and then everybody else is on a general like even playing field there.
Well, isn't it only the top 3 that we get to see?
At the end, yeah. But during the game, we get to see the top 5.
Oh, you're right. Which would just be us.
Grimble can see all the rankings, can he?
I should be able to.
I'm pretty sure he can.
Yeah.
We should be able to see the main leaderboard though.
Yeah.
If
I'll
it's,
see what we
if
can
it's
get.
an issue, we can all wait until the last second to all put ours in.
Yeah, that'll work.
But I don't know.
Can we hit that 20? We got 18.
If we get to 29 players, Stoltz will shave his head.
I'll shave my head if we get to 29
Let's
players.
see it.
There's 32 watching right now.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Yeah, just go to, all the stuff's there. Troop 103.
Hey, everybody watching, you guys gotta go to Kahoot, enter this pin. You're playing this game.
Remember, there's valuable items at stake here.
Like Ryan's hair.
Yes, that's
You
very
would win a
important.
succulent.
Whoa,
Not my succulent.
I have a succulent. I could grab it right now.
Do you have a candle?
No. It's a little, turn it on.
Dude, I have a bunch of patches to get rid of.
Don't tempt me with patches.
Alex, you want any of these dinner patches, brother?
I have like 4 of those too.
All right, then I guess we gotta auction them off together.
Oh, we're at 21.
There we go. Can we get 8 more players?
I don't know. What are the prizes? Yeah, it is fairly delayed, but we have a time set, so I could probably change the latency, but I don't want it to drop the stream or anything, and I'd rather be streaming at like better quality. So
I think we're pretty good. It's only like 30 seconds or so, and I have over a minute set for
Okay,
each one.
perfect.
So I'm pretty sure we won't make the whole time
yeah,
needed for them.
yeah. If it's an issue, we can always just tally like whoever needs to get tallied. So actually, I don't need these, but I feel like I look better with them.
Lavender candles are at stake. Oh boy, I hope not, Zach.
I mean, maybe we can change the latency just for this so that they have a quicker time frame for it.
I don't know.
Yeah, but if the stream quality is lower, they might not actually get to see the question.
Yeah.
If it's like real bad.
We'll just keep it. All right. So it looks like this is what we're gonna roll with 20 because we just had 21. It's gonna drop. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here with these boys.
Maybe if different people are joining in later in the live stream, we can. 23 questions. How many years has Noquet held the section acoustic consecutively?
My phone just gave up on Kahoot.
I thought we were waiting for our answers, guys.
Are we?
Are we?
Well,
I didn't wait. You can wait if you feel like.
I need to
you
get back in, so we're thriving.
Oh, so we are waiting.
I don't think so.
This first step is a fluke right now, okay?
First question's a fluke. It's
We all got
only
to
wait to
decide.
answer till we see it pop up on our stream.
That'll be good.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
For next time.
Okay, for next time. Gotcha.
For next question.
Wait, what?
Once everybody's answered, then it'll automatically put us to the next question. So we should be good here.
Everybody currently at 0 points. Who is going to take the win?
I don't know, bro. 4 people are already
There we go.
cheated.
Ooh.
16 got it right.
13th place. Let's go.
I'm on the
All right.
podium.
For the record, I am gonna wait now.
Are we waiting? Like, is that an agreed upon
We're waiting
thing?
till
Yeah,
it pops
yeah.
up on the stream.
We're waiting
Yeah,
till
that's
it
what
pops
if
up.
we're the ones running this. Once it pops up on the stream.
Oh, okay, cool.
The stream. Okay.
Because all of us had the high score, so we're gonna go to the next question.
Great.
No one better be cheating, all right?
Question 2.
Oh my, this is really delayed.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's pretty delayed. But that's okay. We're gonna play for. You know what? I'll
So
take
we're
people
looking
thinking
at
we got
the
it too.
results from the last question now.
6. I like 6. I hope we have it 6 consecutively.
Hey, how are there 3 answers already? They can't see it.
we're
Oh my
having-
goodness, guys.
I'm still waiting on that question to show up.
I'm still
Same.
waiting too. Yeah.
I played the 5th.
Who was the last lodge chief of Noquet Lodge? No!
Oh my God.
Dude, I clicked the wrong one!
Yeah! Dude, there's 3 options, and one of them's not even real.
Yeah, I didn't realize there were going to be trick options, man.
Right.
Dude,
Who says Mark Sinker's
You
not
can
a
look
real
at your
person?
stash. Mark Sinker's
You know, wait.
Stuff is a cheat sheet right on him.
I'll
Mark
give you a
Sinker's
hint.
out there somewhere.
It's not
Yeah.
blue.
Mark Sinker does his work at night. So
Oh my god, Ryan.
I'm
It was
sad.
at a day, Mark at
Hey,
night.
you know what? I'll take it. Those 2 other people out there with me going blue.
All right.
I'll take
Nathan
it.
already on the leaderboard.
Man, I'm like delayed behind you guys too. This is not that fun.
All right, 2 of you are cheating at this.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I think there's some people
Guys,
that
the
are just
two parts of this
automatically-
challenge is your internet and your reaction speed.
Yeah.
I'd assume that there's some people that are just kind of automatically clicking. Taking a guess, taking a stab at it.
Well, Kahoot isn't behind for them.
Well,
Yeah.
you can't see, yeah, right, like on their phone, but you can't see the questions.
Isn't it just at the top?
Mm-mm.
No.
Danny,
Okay.
aren't you
Oh,
playing
it's
it?
only the 4.
Do you see the
Do you
question
see the
anywhere?
questions on your phone?
No, you can't see the answers on the phone.
It's just your clicker, Danny.
The answers are always on the
I'm
screen.
playing on my laptop. I don't know about you.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
there's your problem. You're getting all the answers.
You can play on a laptop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we do it at school.
Oh, there you go.
Wait, what?
I've always done it on my phone.
I like it. All right.
Oh,
Good stuff.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got totally cranked on that one.
Who got that one wrong?
Tyler got it wrong.
Oh,
Ooh.
I thought it was 2009.
nice
man.
job. Good job,
So-
Connor.
Look at me take the lead.
Good score, Alex. Good job.
Okay, next one.
Oh,
Oh, Tindushin better be in here.
can you
Y'all know tradition's obviously the correct answer.
Straight up. You got to be careful about some of these answers.
Boys, I'm getting reports that some people got question 3 when question 2 was like not even on screen.
Oh,
Ooh.
so some people are
Well,
just
we
like
can't
super
help poor
delayed.
internet, so it's on them.
Yeah, there's a 30-second delay. Answers aren't, or questions aren't showing on the app. Yeah, that's
They don't show in the app. Yeah,
Right.
they just show on the screen, and then you get the selections on the app
right.
based off of the color/shapes.
There we go.
So you got to follow along.
I think I clicked the right one.
Yeah.
Tyler, I'm gonna kill you.
There should be enough
Oh.
time.
It's green, right?
Where's Layla Hockey Lodge on here?
There we
If
go.
only.
On to question 5.
Excuse me.
Got
Good
pretty.
job, everybody. That's pretty good.
Maybe we should.
Oh, Chris Adams moving on up.
The
Oh,
DC
boy.
Chief.
Oh shoot! I'm in last place.
That's the next one.
What region is Noquet in?
Ooh.
Clearly the southern region.
No, because we're in the eastern Mississippi, because we're east of the Mississippi. Or the eastern region.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I know this is. I know what this is saying now. I was confused.
Tyler might actually lose.
I will not lose.
I
I
think
didn't.
Tyler will lose.
It's definitely the
I thought
double
it was
hat.
talking about which region of Michigan we were in, not region.
Dude.
Oh
Oh,
my
boy.
gosh.
Shut up.
Do you understand the structure of how the OA levels work?
Come
Yes.
on, Tyler. We're not even to the
Dude.
hard questions yet, dude.
No, I don't think any of them are hard. I think I just don't know them.
We're in section C29, right? I'm just making sure we're all on the same page.
I think so. I think you're right, Colin.
Ooh, a bunch of them got this one
Is
right.
it called the Boy Scouts of America because it's in America?
I
It
don't
might
know.
actually be.
I never
I
thought of that
don't
before.
actually know about that.
Dude, I thought I was in Michigan.
Oh, Chris popped off that board.
Dang, Matt's coming though.
Yeah.
Dude, getting that one Matt Sanker one
The
wrong.
way to
I get the feeling that these Chiefs are cheating, bro. How are they in first place?
I'm not even cheap because Colin's.
Well, according to the bylaws, guys.
Look, all I'm
I
saying
know, right?
is, all I'm saying is I'm hearing Alex read off the questions long before I see it. All right, I don't want to throw any.
I'm on the Zoom, but I'm not like.
Yeah, I'm on.
I'm on the Zoom, but I'm waiting for other people to answer first.
Exactly.
When I see
Like, I'm
6
waiting for
people,
the number to pop
that's when I shoot my shot.
That's still an advantage.
Well,
Oh,
Matt,
you have that same advantage.
you have the advantage.
I choose not to have though because I'm a man of the people.
Here's the
right?
here's the thing. When
Oh,
you
I
get
think that's
when
it.
you get
How much you want to bet Tyler just got it wrong?
I'm pretty positive I got that one right. The symbol is there we go.
okay,
Tyler, show up your phone.
that's pretty
bud.
good.
So it's on my
Yeah,
computer.
shows that red light, Tyler.
I mean, I would.
There we go.
We'll take
Yeah,
that.
see,
Okay.
how am I
Losing
cheating?
points to Pond Man. right
Answer
now, not
streak
Pond
of
Man.
There we go.
3. That's what
Chippy.
we like to see. Whoa.
Ooh, our currently, that's a good one.
Sunrise chapter Sunset chapter. Oh god.
We didn't need you answering it for everyone.
Hey, Danny, fun fact. I have 3 districts, so
You do?
Yeah.
Renaissance.
Hey, Danny, fun fact, I have 1 district.
I wonder what that's like.
It's amazing.
Fun fact, I don't know how many districts I have.
You have, like, 1-3.
We have 1 district, but I think we may or may not have some of
Wayne.
Renaissance.
Yeah, no, you have Southfield.
Do we?
Which has
You have the mighty Ottawa district.
We have like 1 troop out of them. Yeah. I don't know. Well, currently, if we have a quorum in this chat, we can just make some more chapters.
dip right back up to 8.
Hey guys, can I get you guys typing in the new chapter names in the chat?
Wow.
Yeah. Put in the chat the best new chapter name. If you were to create a chapter, what would you name it?
Annie, you'd like to split your chapter, wouldn't you?
Dude, that is the wrong
I feel
chat.
that.
You're supposed to go in the
You put Aqua
actual chat, bro. Tacone. Get out of here with that.
Can I just go with the OG Aqualology?
or Mohican or whatever my district was.
Mark was a puppet master? What? Dad, what are you talking about?
Hey, Danny still got that streak going.
Oh,
Oh,
I
Ooh.
sent this question in.
That's a difficult question.
I sent this question in. I think I
I know it.
completely forgot.
I am very confident in my answer.
I'm like, this seems like the perfect amount.
I have absolutely no clue what I'm voting for.
I think I remember which one this was, but I'm not for sure.
You guys
I
are gonna hate me when I tell you I have no clue this
One person who got this from Noquet.
Guys, we have reports that Grimble, in fact, made this and is cheating because he
Oh,
knows
In the
Grimble is a cheater in the
morning,
chat, please.
I'm operating it.
Grimble's the teacher, bro.
I know this
Yeah.
one, actually. I know. I
Mr. Grimble, can I go to the bathroom?
No, not allowed, Danny.
Hey,
Oh, okay.
Danny, did you raise your hand?
May you?
What did you say?
Did you raise
may
your
I
hand?
go to the bathroom, Mr. Grimble?
Still not allowed.
Hold
What's
it.
a-
Mr. Grimble, can I eat in class?
Hold it till the
The
game
bell
is
doesn't
over.
dismiss you. I do.
Oh, he's one of those teachers.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I knew it was
2
that.
people.
No, I knew it was that. I got it wrong, though.
What is the Centurion recipient?
Yes, it was a award in 2015
Oh, I got
That,
that wrong and I didn't move.
that we gave out to a lot of people.
Hey.
It was one of those one-time
Oh.
off awards that they
I
did.
know
Right.
a lot of people.
Oh, flip.
Yeah, go big or go home. 19.
Oh, we got a guy who was one in the chat.
Yep, Steve. He got it
What do
awarded
vigil
percentage
candidates
on
receive
it wasn't at
after
NOAC
being
by Nick
called out?
Meyer.
Is hazed an answer?
Hazing, yeah, right. Just kidding. That's a joke for all the national people who are watching.
For all legal
Yeah,
reasons.
obviously, hazing has no place in scouts, and we do not condone that action.
I mean,
Or
technically speaking, there's 2 right answers.
no,
no.
before getting called out,
Yeah.
After being called out.
Big brain. I got it right now.
or after being called out, whatever.
Well,
Technically, there's 3 right answers.
So,
Hey, all I'm
Shut up,
saying
Dylan.
is shout out to the people that typed Grimble cheats in chat. You're the real ones.
Grimble
Hey,
cheats.
no.
Ooh.
Can we get an F in chat for Grimble cheating?
Are
can we get an F in that?
All these people who are saying Noquet Lodge chapter, I respect that.
That's the new chapter in Tacone.
A cookie. There you go. Okay. Good job,
Ooh,
everybody.
these people know what's up.
Vigil Sash,
tasty
the one
cookies.
guy that won square. Deceptive question. Pie Man
Oh man,
Chief over
Stoltz is moving to the top.
Schultz. Not
Oh.
Stoltz. Reed,
Can't
bro.
wait to cheat again.
Threw me off the podium like you threw my suckling in the woods.
Max, what place are you in right now?
What year did Noquet
probably
present
like,
its
I don't know, like
largest
7.
Vigil class
Shoot.
of 30 honorees?
Oh, shoot, my phone went on.
Oh, yeah, I know which one this is.
How am I supposed to know this?
because you were active last year?
Just no Noquet history.
Whoa. Tyler's trying to give things
Dude,
away,
just know
bro.
the right answers.
Tyler's trying to cheat.
Can we type Tyler cheats in the chat?
Here it is. This is a so who else got I guess it was just me. I was the only one in this class. I watered the quality down. $30 honorees. How many other people can you name from that class? Danny, go.
I name a lot.
All right.
Okay, Noquet wasn't around in 2007. Just a heads up.
Yeah.
In case it ever
Dude,
comes up
hey,
again,
you know
get
what?
a conversation.
Maybe someone just wants to hit square the whole time.
That could be an
I
option.
think that's the strategy.
Tyler cheats.
Oh.
We're actually doing it.
Tyler is the cheater. That's why he's losing.
Noquet has how many section officers?
Let me get okay.
Come on, man. Has had?
Oh.
Meaning, how many have we had in our history?
Andrew, Steven, me, Jameson twice,
Don't forget Danny Checkle.
Danny Checkle,
Oh, I would have forgot about
Steven
Hey,
twice,
Guys, I know you. I know
Three
you're saying
times.
the answer right now, but I honestly,
Michael Sanker.
I don't even know what the question is this time. I'm just gonna press square and see where that gets me. I'm taking a page out of their book.
Chuck Couteau,
I'm hoping this is the right answer.
Andrew,
We got someone saying everyone is cheating. That's a big allegation. I need to see some proof of that.
who's cheating, bro?
Impeachment of the Lodge Board.
Ooh, that might be
Oh, I
fun.
got it right. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
Whew.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that square guy. He doesn't know what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a decent amount.
He's right.
You mean Michael Bristol?
Tyler moves back up with that one.
I'm still on. I'm still there.
Sir. Going on, man. Going off. I'm not in last. I'm in cheats anymore.
What
Okay.
is the lodge?
Yeah, it's
Tuesday?
broken an answer.
A torch, a drum beater, a ceremonial stick used to control lodge meetings. Dude, I would love that, honestly.
I mean,
Hey,
it's kind of
if
true.
you wing it around fast enough,
Look, my first conclave, Nico could swing that thing like it was a ceremony.
Nico could. It
It's
also,
also
helped 'cause
had
he
a
was-
lot less weight on it
and
at
he was
that time.
taller than it, I think.
yeah. I mean, there was no armor plate on the bottom of it.
That was for stability.
It's better than our concrete bucket idea. If we wanted to just shove it in a bucket full of concrete.
So
Yeah,
Max,
see,
there's a
Pond Man went with the theme of just finding things on the side of the road. And we can tell.
there's a new one coming up, right? What is that?
Yeah.
gonna
No.
look
Oh
like?
yeah.
That
Yeah, we gotta finish the head on it though, and I can confirm it will not weigh 50 pounds.
Well, yeah, because it's only the first year.
Not yet.
Yeah, I can't wait for
Just wait till I win it.
next year.
There you go,
Someone's
there you
gonna
go.
add like
That light
3
bulb right
sandbags onto it, just because.
What
Is it
chapter do you
before
think's
the
going to
end?
win it next year, guys?
Obviously.
We'll see.
Whatever chapter comes to the conclave with the most spirit. I guess so.
Might actually win this one.
Ordeal ceremony.
Deal ceremony?
Yes, Tyler.
I'm kidding.
Wait, guys, I never went through an ordeal ceremony. What's that?
Oh, dang.
I just kind of showed up one day and I got a sash with a triangle on it.
That's what some
Guys,
guy.
I'm getting reports that the Pond Man Chief is actually illegitimate. More at 7.
Some
I've
guy.
only been to one. I've only
Stay
been to
tuned
one.
for breaking news like this on Noquet TV.
Oh, boy.
I wonder how many people are like
Best
straight up
gossip in
guessing
all of
it.
Noquet.
I mean, it fits. The hair's going with it, the conspiracy theories.
You know it.
He's just got to go for a tinfoil hat. Okay, 19. There you go.
Alrighty.
That's pretty good.
Which one has 6? Isn't it the Eagle ceremony?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do a 6.
Or when
Medicine Man.
2016
This
Advisor
is
of
before
the
my
Year.
time.
This was my first year.
I don't know that Noquet history.
I know about 1 or 2 of these people.
Well, yeah, because 2 of them will be active still.
I've talked with 3 of them, and I think one of them I'm friends with on Facebook.
One of them was an advisor, or not an advisor, but one of the ASPLs in my Jamboree troop in 2013.
Is it
Oh.
advisor with an OR or an advisor with an ER?
OR.
Ooh.
I still can't spell advisor, so
Can you guys eliminate some of the wrong answers?
Yeah, and Dabrowski is spelled with a W. You spelled Dabrowski.
Broski?
Dabrowski. Yeah, we'll take it.
Come on.
Hey, we'll take it.
Hey, we're all broskies in this order.
Yo, quick shout out to Cliff Dabrowski. He inspired me to run for vice chief. Without him, I wouldn't have been on the board and on the path I would be to today.
Wow.
Hey, save your story for later.
I don't.
Yeah.
I wasn't. What? Are we telling a story later?
That was really moving.
Hey, Colin, can you sit down? Sit back, bro.
If I stood up, everybody would see that I'm not wearing scout pants.
Dude, who is wearing scout pants? Anybody?
I am.
Ryan, you're wearing jeans.
I know. I wasn't saying me.
All I'm saying is I cannot confirm, but I can't deny it either.
wearing scout pants.
Some people are taking their time with this one.
Yeah,
Maybe their internet is alright.
I mean,
Yeah, they could have dropped out of the game. Be like, this is.
Yeah.
I'm done, bro.
New phone, who dis?
I want to know what the right answer was.
everybody playing Pogue.
Grimble.
Pog.
Are we able to link this to Facebook, Grimble?
Yeah. Dude, I'm still good at guessing.
Oof, I went down on the stands.
Moving some things around.
Bolt is
I didn't know, so I just guessed the Pod Man guy.
It's changed. It's
Is this
fluctuated.
most recent?
Ooh, I know this. Okay. About where we sit usually is where this question is. So, like,
About-
each of the answers are very different on purpose. So you can kind of figure that one out from there. It does change from time to time, but
That's right. That's what I remember it being, at least.
Are you saying we're not number one?
It's just asking who's large. It's not asking who's number one.
Which one is number one?
Good point.
it's already obvious that we are the best lodge in all of OA.
Obviously.
Of course, sing our song.
Yeah. We don't have a stupid canoe as our totem.
Skidoo,
Sorry.
skedaddle.
Or a duck.
Or a garbage lake.
I think one of the really big lodges is in like
West Virginia, I thought.
Minnesota. DC, I think, is the biggest. I think. I could be wrong.
DC.
Did we get that right?
Well, no one guessed the 29th.
Dude, that's
Dang.
people
kinda
can go
hate
to
to see that.
78th. Are you kidding me?
Hey, Alex, I'm not on last.
Ooh.
Now, do you want the right answer? The right answer or the right answer?
Would you like
Oh!
the right answer or the correct answer?
There you go.
I think there's
Your
two
time
answers.
that You almost made me pick the wrong answer.
Mr. Grimble, I don't know what's right. It's for you to figure out. You think I teach you anything?
You should have made both of them the right choices.
Danny, I just pressed like between them and just let fate decide.
That'll probably work.
That is a great play style right there.
You'll love to see it.
Have we had any like correct answers that were actually square?
Honestly, I don't know.
Whoever's going with the square game might have to reevaluate.
Yeah, I feel like if they chose to only pick the blue diamond, they would probably be sitting pretty good. Maybe triangle? I don't know. I don't really remember what the answers were, but
square.
I feel like definitely the wrong answer to put every time without looking at the question is square for this Kahoot.
I have to agree with you.
Watch the last question be worth like 3,000 points and it's square.
Bristol's got the right idea. We literally are the section, which makes us the biggest. I don't know if I'm wrong about that list.
Dude,
Yeah, we're
once
not the biggest lodge,
once we
just
get
the
to
biggest
21, we gotta just
by area.
skip, dude. I don't think anybody else is trying to answer.
Yeah.
Oh, we made Mr.
No one pressed
Square to
C29?
reevaluate.
Ooh.
I feel bad.
C2. All right.
But look, all right. This is to whoever keeps picking square. You gotta hold your values. All right, stand your ground.
Shoot them down.
The winners of the crew in 2014 won it at what camp?
Bro.
24. Oh my, we're getting it.
That's
in depth.
about 6 years before I even gotten here. So
What?
So Ryan, since you're the one who sent me this question, you want to say what chapter it was, if you remember?
I think it was 2014. I think it was Pond Man.
Yeah, I don't remember
Oh.
exactly which one it was.
if you think I know this,
I know.
No,
No, because didn't Palman win it the first conclave and the second conclave?
I think so. So Ottawa
And then
won
we
it.
just won it recently in 2018.
Ottawa won in
2019 was us.
2015.
16, 17 was McGeesty.
16 won at McGeesee.
It
So
wasn't
whoever
Layla Hockey.
was it Layla Hockey then in 2014?
No, they never won the acoustic, I thought.
No, they
Uh,
Vencat won it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say next year.
when was Lost Lake shut down?
Yeah, is the camp still open?
Well, I mean, the lake's still there,
The camp exists, but like I don't think anyone's allowed in.
but that's just like a sign. Like
I think all of those camps technically still exist, as in like they're still there with the properties. They haven't been very much changed.
Maybe that's a question for the chat. If anybody knows what chapter won in 2014, I think it was Layla Hockey with Venkat. I think.
If I could find like a lodge dinner pamphlet.
Yeah, if it's in the lodge
Wait.
dinner pamphlet.
what? No, what lodge chief in 2014?
I don't think it was us, because weren't we like founded in 2014?
The lodge chief in 2014 was Larkin, I think. I don't know. It's on my back.
One person got that one right.
Dang.
Question is, who was it? Was it Ryan?
Who
That
got the
one
right
was-
answer for that one?
Yeah,
Throw that out
Larkin.
there.
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan's cheating.
Stoltz cheating.
How am I cheating?
Cheater.
Who's the
Stoltz
answer?
cheater. Stoltz cheater.
So I should
Alright,
what?
yeah,
Not
sorry.
answer the question?
2014 was Pond Man in Proud Lake.
Get out of here, nerds.
Wow, we are getting real in depth here.
Wow.
How old is Jansen?
How old is Jansen?
Yeah.
I think the bigger question was when did Jansen move to Michigan, bud?
Or their current Noquet members right now who were staffing that NLS.
You're right.
Well, Jansen was a section chief, Marty was a region chief, John McCormick was a vice chief, and Charles was a vice chief. So
I don't know, bro.
Jonathan McCormick. Charles.
Did you guys see
Patel.
Jansen's new song?
I
No.
did see that.
I saw.
That was
What
I
song
really
did he
enjoyed
sing
that.
every night before I go to sleep.
Yo, what song did he sing? I only saw the first one.
What was it called? It was like
Well, you're the one that told us, so how
I can't remember what it's
Song or
called. It was something
something?
about like him doing this.
the Moose song?
I
But
think
it wasn't
was
Moose.
the song from The Lion King or something.
He did that too.
Oh,
He did two
Can't
songs.
Wait to Be King.
He did that.
Gotta love him, man. Praise the Lemonies.
Tyler James.
I don't know that.
These are hard.
So-
I think we can show this picture later, but we have a
Yeah.
picture of them, and there's only one person of the three there who weren't there.
Wow, Chuck.
Yeah, right there.
Letting me down again.
So you've got the whole group. That's Jansen right there at the edge. You got the region chief and the other fellas. That's John McCormick and our region chief
Jeez.
right there, Marty.
Did you get that one right, Colin?
No, I did not.
Good.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I know that one.
Green Chief of the Fire. Oh, no.
I know this one because Andrew and I had a fight about it.
I mean, at this point, guys, I keep picking square because I'm persuaded. I'm on the square chain. I want to
You're just
see
gonna stick with square?
One question where square is right.
Who's our Supreme Chief of the Fire right now?
Big Pooler.
Tyler, did that help you out at all?
No, I didn't hear what he said.
Vic Pooler.
Yeah, it still didn't help me. Okay.
He's our chief. The Supreme Chief of the Fire is the scout executive.
Oh, that was a little too early then.
Still doesn't hurt to help you out.
Tyler, I'm right there with you. Don't worry.
I know this one. I know.
Well, I don't think you're right there with me because I'm trying to keep on the podium.
I'm number 5.
I'm on the podium.
I think I'm like 2 or 3.
I'm number.
Who's his loose?
Number.
It's Stoltz, Alex, Holka, me, Danny.
You gotta remember, I also got one of the questions wrong.
Well, I've gotten like 2 of the
You're also
questions.
the only person to get one question right.
Yeah, that's true.
You also submitted questions.
Crowd clicks are
I
really
told you guys could submit them if you wanted.
Well,
yeah.
apparently we needed 6 more questions.
Jeez, we still have 4 questions.
We're at
left.
21. I think we're good to skip. Whoever's number 22 needs a...
Wait, what?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so during John McCoy's year, Vic Pooler got called out for vigil.
I need to find out who this person is.
He comes to all of our annual dinners and everything.
I was about to say.
And he's went to
Doesn't know.
LLD. He talks at LLD a little bit.
Yeah.
Tells us that we're good people.
Ooh, I know this one, guys.
I know this one.
Oh, I know this one because I almost went for it.
Rut row. It's one of the few positions I've never had for
Dude,
help.
circle's a big one. People, a lot of lodges have circle.
I've seen Diamond too.
Square getting
Yeah.
better. Keep going at it. All right.
I think one of the lodges in our section, I think it was Chope, had a chief of ceremonies, and like they wouldn't let. It was like kind of on par with lodge chief, I guess, because like they do everything during the summer camp. So like
Okay.
one guy was like, "Oh yeah, I'm ceremonies chief. Yeah, I was thinking about running for lodge chief, but I did ceremony chief instead." And I was like, "That's weird. I never heard of that." Drop in the comments what crazy vice chief position you've heard of that another lodge has.
Secretary.
Yeah, secretary.
Hey.
treasurer.
Whoa there, bud. It's not a vice chief.
It's still a weird position.
I'm sorry I held it.
There you go. Square held out eventually.
There it is.
There it is. There's
This is
your
a
shot.
national holiday right here. Square gang in the chat.
Got a problem. I'm third out of the Chiefs now.
Oh my goodness.
Translate to skillful beaver who teaches many, friendly antelopes who tracks herds, sleepy pumpkin, wise buffalo who leads.
Okay.
Did he go through Wood Badge?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like a big trainer.
Is he?
He's
Yeah,
like
he's a
He also
big
with NYLT too.
he was like MCC's training chair for a while. Here's the thing.
Okay.
All these names are not all of them, but Sleepy Pumpkin is an actual vigil name.
What?
Someone's vigil
Yeah.
name in Lodge Master is Sleepy Pumpkin. So
That's hilarious.
Oh, I don't know which one to go for.
hey Danny, You want to be
Yes.
a sleepy squash?
What do you say?
You want to be sleepy squash?
Sleepy squash?
Yeah. Well, you can't take that guy's name, so we got to change it up a little bit.
Sleepy squash.
Once that 21 puts his answer in. I think
See it.
Chris said that he was going AFK, didn't he?
Yeah. Go at the 40 and skip it.
What? Ugh, I don't know these.
Friendly antelope who tracks herds.
What one did you pick, Tyler?
I chose Skillful Beaver who
Yeah.
teaches many.
Yeah, that's the one I picked.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Oh my god, Phil Razanka's in the chat? Oh my goodness.
See, I'm still sad because of what Jacob thinks.
Square game, dude.
You should, in fact, pay it forward.
Should
They
you
were
pay
randomized
attention?
answers, so they did make sense at one point
Up to the
for
left.
positions.
I mean, square still makes sense, and so does triangle.
Yeah.
Personally, I would say yes. I'm not giving you the answer. There's gonna be someone that like just wants to be obstinate and just put triangle.
Bro, but
Me-
everybody has like territorial like claims on these shapes.
I mean, to be honest, square is true.
It seems like you have a lot of people like joining your square gang, so I don't know. We'll see how it turns out.
Okay. I'm not the creator of Square Gang, but I will represent them, alright?
Can we make that into a patch, Square Gang?
I will be honored. 22 out of 23. We got 2 left.
This next one's the last one.
Oh, next one's the last one.
Yeah, that's how numbers work.
Hey,
I went ahead and put in the chat. Go ahead, the link to go pay your dues if you haven't anyway.
ooh, helpful.
Go do that.
Living by
I
the
don't see
the
that
scout
bad,
law.
'cause I don't see that in the chat.
Go grab your parents' credit card and
Social Security number.
Comment your parents' credit card in the comment so we can add your dues.
No.
for legal reasons, don't do
Disclaimer.
that.
Yeah,
For legal
disclaimer.
reasons, that's
For
a
legal
joke.
reasons, that's a joke.
Can I get to 29 though?
You're at 29 in the middle.
Let's see it. The last question. This one's for the.
First
Oh,
Noquet
that's
Lodge.
Dan Olmeyer's content.
That's funny. I don't know this one.
Letting me down again.
Definitely Joe Abel.
Yeah, it's Joe Abel, Tyler. Fun fact. Because I know you may not know this one.
Yeah, I don't know this one. Are you? Is it actually Joe Abel?
No.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
Joe Abel.
gosh.
Joe Abel was Keisha Tech's Lodge Chief. All of these
Wait,
people
what?
are Lodge Chiefs, but which one was first?
Jesus.
You've got Keisha Tech's Lodge Chief, you got a 2-term Lodge Chief, you got a 1 year only Lodge Chief, and then you got the first Lodge Chief. All of whom have, oh, not Tyler James. 3 of which who have served as Section Vice Chief.
I don't know. I still don't know. I know-
Circle.
So,
It's Circle.
Tyler, you're going to be mad at yourself.
Circle is the first.
I don't know, bro. It's 2 different options. I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, I'm disappointed with myself.
There you go. Let's see it. So in third, obviously, we have Cullen cheating and not winning any awards. Alex
Cullen cheating in
cheating
the
and also
chat?
not winning awards.
And stole.
29,000.
Can I get a, everybody watching this stream better than Stoltz cheating?
Hey, 29. We'll take it.
Impeach
There you go.
Stoltz.
So,
I don't think they'll wait that long to impeach him.
Why would you impeach Stoltz with a month left in his term?
To prove your point.
could be fun. All right, so can we look at who scored where?
That's what I'm trying to. Let's see.
Hey, yo, guys, go type in the chat what place you got.
There you go. Tell us that. Let's see it.
People are gonna be so honest with this.
Definitely.
Or like send a screenshot.
There you go.
I don't think we can do
Yeah,
that.
send a screenshot to the email. Boom. Problem
Or send
solved.
it to your chapter chief.
Now that means I have to look at emails.
Oh, you're right.
Here we go.
View report.
All right. How do I
Danny,
rate this?
We're
Easy
pulling up
5
your report
stars.
card.
Did I
so-
learn something?
No.
Sure.
I knew it all.
Learn that picking square is not always the best choice.
Yes, but it is for the square family. And would you? I recommend it, of course.
Alright, let's see.
So I'm seeing 9th Connor Johnson, 10th Chris Adams.
Yeah, players. There we go. Beautiful. You'll see McGeesey Chief twice in there. I was just that good.
Look, I have John with rumors that he created Square Game. I'm gonna have to inform you, John, that I'm not seeing any proof, but if
Hey,
not,
so
you're
it
here
looks
for
like
it.
Zach
Gilmore?
G.
Zach Galmore looks like.
There you go.
Whoa.
How'd
And
you
he
lose to someone?
outscored Danny.
Hey, can I just
Oh.
say that I didn't get last and I actually won the bet?
Congrats to Zach. Well, we're gonna have to put together a good prize for that guy.
Yeah.
Was he at annual dinner? I don't know if he was at annual dinner. If he's not,
Zach Ballmore?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet annual dinner.
Oh, yeah.
he was. All right.
Well, that's a different annual dinner, though.
Is this 2019?
It's 2019.
That was the hockey's year, I think, or maybe Chippy's. No, Layla Hockey was the black flat,
What was the one this year?
a circle.
Yeah, this year I think we had the dangly.
Was it? All right. Well, this can be part of it. We can find something better. I'm surprised. I thought these were it. I don't know.
At 2018 was the black flat. Can confirm.
I'm sure we can get some. Want a lodge board position?
Alright, Ryan, I'm going to go ahead and pass it on over to you for discussions for a bit. Just see what everybody wants to talk about, get going with that.
All right. I've got a few discussion topics. We can
This is such a beautiful patch.
mull over.
Oh, that patch. Whew.
I know, right?
We're getting our patches.
I didn't even go to the event.
That event was the 2018 service in December with the Detroit
I
Council.
got this one, this beautiful flat.
Oh, you got that one too? Oh, me too.
I have a whole bag of okay stuff.
Oh, I just have some on my desk. How about
Hold on.
You have a Kodak flap?
Turquoise
I do
LED
not.
flap. Very nice.
I just remember Ryan Stoltz and Andrew had to escort me back to my car during the Detroit service project.
Oh yeah, right. Because your parents. So
That was fun.
Canadian member for 2019.
if we
That's
want
a rare patch right there.
we can go through some of our patch stuff later. I want to
Wow,
quiz
crossing
Alex.
the Delaware. Fun one.
Oh, Brian, you don't want me, but I'm an
Colin, don't you have this one?
I think so.
Yeah, actually, while we have this one up, shout out if you are doing your Eagle Scout Court of Honor, we will come if
Oh, that one's over there.
we'll do your Court of Honor and we'll do a 4-win ceremony if you want that. If not, you can get this patch at your Court of Honor with a letter from your chapter chief or the lodge chief or someone who you want to write you a letter, and we'll get you that patch. That's what that's for. It's for our arrowmen who get Eagle. So hit us up about that. We've got a lot of them, so we want to make sure you get recognized for that. But
RIP Section Conclave.
yeah, we'll
Oh,
go.
if you guys
into-
want to see one of my weirder flaps, we got this
Yeah,
one.
here it is.
I call it the billboard. It's
Does yours
like
say trustworthy,
way low.
Colin?
But this thing,
Where?
it's kind of cool. It's glow in the dark.
Oh,
very
yeah,
spec. And it's
I
like
I didn't know if they
half
did like each one.
Yeah, Max, I have that one. I have the no
Really?
accent
Oh, nice.
too. Yeah.
That thing's like half an inch longer than any standard flap, too. I don't know how you would put it on your uniform.
We're going.
You probably can't.
I got my sets from
Got
2015.
my whip badge CSP. Not the flex. That's like getting really messed
Gotta
up.
get that Goodman in there.
Personal favorite?
Oh,
Not the flex.
Flex.
Not the flex, guys, but this is a life rank.
Oh
pack.
man,
All right. Find your coolest CSP, and we'll have everybody judge it in the comments. Who has the
I gotta find that
coolest
one. I know where that one is somewhere.
CSP?
Dude, I have so many CSPs. How am I gonna know which one's coolest?
No. Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Definitely the Scout Me in one.
I don't know if I have one of those Sash and Bash ones though.
Well, I can hold it up if you know you have it. 'Cause I have all of them.
Yeah, Alex is our big patch guy. All right. Is
Are you part
everybody?
of Patch Club, Alex?
What?
Are you part of Patch Club? You have a lot of patches.
No.
Is everybody ready?
No.
Wait, you said CSP.
Yeah,
Right?
CSP. Yep.
Oh shit.
I hold up a CSP stat. I took 3 90th anniversary Agawam patches from Clinton Valley Council.
All right. I think it's between two, but I'll pick one.
I think I got my one. It's one of my favorites, at least, that I've ever gotten.
All right. Make your pitch. We'll start with Grimble.
All right, so what I got here is from 2017 National Jamboree, the Winter Classic, or the patch sets for the original 6. So it's one of the ones that go around, and this is the Red Wings one. This is from Council in Minnesota.
All right. Alex, how about you go next?
Okay, so here I have a 2010 National Jamboree Connecticut Yankee Subway CSP.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, Max, you're up.
All right. One of my favorite CSP sets from 2017 Jambo, Dan Beard Council. They did Magic the Gathering Dragons. And this is the Sand Dragon, and I think it's one of the more rarer ones. I don't know, I just like it because it's full embroidery and it looks epic. Type epic in the chat if you agree.
All right, Danny, what do you got?
We got this NYLT patch. You should go to NYLT. JK, this is just a plug. But my favorite patch is this Washington Crossing Council. I got it when I was at World Jambo at Summit Circle. Someone just like, have a patch. And I'm like, cool. So.
Oh, yeah, that's where we got those.
All right, Tyler, you're up.
Forgot about that.
You're up, Tyler.
Oh, you want me to go? Okay. Well, I don't have too many. So I have the NYLT patch for the NYLT I was supposed to go to last year. Can't see it here. This isn't working out very well.
Put your hand
it's
behind
just
it,
the standard
maybe.
one. I didn't go, funny enough, but I have it. And I found the circle patch for the annual dinner, but you can't see it as well. So.
Gotcha. All right, I'll go. This one I have not put it on my uniform. This one is pretty cool. I like this one a lot, just how it looks. It's from the Great Lakes Field Service Council. It's from the 2015 Eagle Scout dinner. It's got like a sweet design in there. And my runner-up, which we won't count, but it's this one. It's got that kind of Mylar shine to it. I like that. So those are mine. But this one,
There's the annual dinner one.
that's the one I like.
That's not running
Oh,
away.
okay, right. Okay, Colin, you're up. Let's see what you got.
Well, first up, I got this NYLT staff patch. Danny and I are staffing NYLT this year, so you should definitely go. But I think my favorite, or my coolest CSP would be this CDC one from Agawam's 90th. It's full Mylar stitching, and it's really cool looking. And it's from Agawam, which is just up the road for me. And I really like going there.
All right, so you guys say whose patch is the coolest. We'll move on. We'll do one more. We'll do coolest Lodge flat.
Ooh, I'm gonna be with a chevron because this one I really like.
Is this one for only our lodge or other lodges? as well?
You can do any lodge.
Does it have to be a flap that's made, or can it be a design?
Yeah, flat that's made.
Okay.
All right, I think I
That
got
or
that.
is it just a flap?
Mine's got my chevron, so it's a set.
Grimble's doing a set.
Here's a pretty cool CSP. I'm surprised this one didn't get plugged.
Oh yeah, beautiful one.
What one was it?
McGee season and all of us.
Where's Layla Hockey's
You guys,
Still go.
it's right here.
ghost patch?
Okay.
We all know that comment has the cleanest.
Okay. So
Oh, you know what? That actually is.
Grimble, you want to start?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start it off again. So this time, this one is I got from NOAC when I was there in 15, but this one's from the 2012 NOAC. It's Eguatala D Lodge, the Dark Hawk Rises. It's part of their set. And they had like off-brand Batman. In 2015, their set, I couldn't find their patch, but theirs was the Hawking Jade kind of going off of a parody from the Hunger Games,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. They have really cool patches.
That's awesome. All right, Alex, let's see what you got.
Okay, so I have a NOAC 2018 flap. I can't pronounce the lodge, but it has a real arrowhead on it, and then it's also like some different type of material on it. I don't know.
I like it. Max.
All right, this is another one of my favorite from Jambo 2017, the 100-year anniversary for World War One, 1917. I got this whole set, and I think the flap is the coolest patch in it.
Yeah, that's cool. What do you got, Danny?
So it's kind of a set. I'll just show you the top though. So it's from 2018 NOAC. And it's from a Wago Shag here, and it's a kind of a ghosted patch with a fox on it. I don't know, foxes are pretty epic, I would say. And I think it's just a really cool set. And I traded quite a few Noquet patches to get it.
All right, Tyler.
All right. Well, can I do a chevron and flap, or is it just flap?
Yeah, no, go for it.
Grimble did both.
Yeah.
Grimble did both.
Yeah,
Okay,
because he's
so
a cheater.
At NOAC 2018, I got a nice little set from. I'm actually just going to turn off my virtual background.
You gotta,
Please.
put your hand up in back of it or something.
Yeah. And then, so this is from the Pavunga Atui,
Oh,
or Atu set from NOAC 2018. And they have a little orca whale. I think it's very cool.
That is cool.
So
2018. All right, I'll continue the trend of not doing our own lodge. So this one was from Section C2's Conclave. That's where I got it. I think a few other members in our lodge also have this one, but it is Anthony Paluzzo's lodge, National Officer Lodge flap that is signed by Anthony Paluzzo. So that was pretty cool. Actually, no, I didn't get it there. I got it at NLS when he was my table guide, but some other people got it when he came to our section conflict. So that one, I would say, is my coolest lodge flap that I have. What do you have, Cullen?
The coolest lodge flap that I think I have that isn't okay is this Black Eagle lodge flap from everything's gone.
Oh, that is cool.
There we go. From National Jamboree in 2013. It's the lodge for the Transatlantic Council, so it's pretty hard to get. I got this at the Dorchester Brotherhood International Camporee a few years ago. I didn't have to trade a bunch of patches for it too. So
Black Eagle's got a lot of really cool patches.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to do one more of our favorite Noquet Lodge flap, or we want to move on?
I don't know. I think just maybe we do like a general, like any patch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to put an honorable mention out there. This was one of a CSP that wasn't the standard. This was from 2005 Jambo, my brother's troop, and they were all different slices of pizza. It was really cool.
That is really cool. Just a general flap. I don't know. I don't know. I narrowed it down to 2. Does anyone have theirs ready?
I have like 2, I think. I think I have 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna figure out how to do this, but I think
Ready to do.
So I have a drawer of just patches that I think are cool, and I'm having trouble looking through all that.
Yeah, man, I'm having trouble going through all my patches. I might just I might put up another CSP, honestly.
We're basically allowing all the patch guys like Russ to look through our collections.
Uh-oh. Ooh, a picture of
Patch for
these.
me, I wouldn't mind.
Oh, I do like this set.
All right, Danny, you'll kick it off.
Oh, I'm gonna kick it
You're
off.
gonna kick
Okay,
it off.
so I'm kind of in between. This is a patrol patch from Japan. I thought it was just really cool looking with the red background for
That is
it.
cool.
And I also have this Polish patch, which is also really cool. But I think they're both kind of my favorite here.
Yeah. That's dope. Colin, are you good or who?
Maybe I'm finding patches that I forgot existed.
We'll go to Grimble.
All right, so my favorite, this was the Vigil Breakfast patch from my Vigil. I just really like the black and the gold. That was really cool designed.
Alex, you're up.
Okay, so I do not know where this patch came from, what chapter. It's like a Guardians of the Universe Fall Camporee. And then the Unit of Excellence patch. By far favorite to Noquet.
All right, Max, what do you got?
All right, I got a set of flaps from our brothers over at Keisha Tech. So the first 2 are black border, and it's Michigan's 2 nuclear plants with Keisha Tech beaming them up. And the next 2 are those same plants exploding, because I guess Keisha Tech, they're going nuclear. This patch set might be a threat from them. I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
We got to keep our eye on them, man.
Definitely.
All right.
They might be
Colin.
trying to steal the section coup via nuclear power.
Colin, you're up. What do you got?
Well, my favorite patch from this country, I think, would be this Camp Agawam one from the 1960s. It's really old and really flappy. But out of this side of the pond would have to be either this Robin Hoodies one from Nottinghamshire from Jamboree, or the German contingent one. But this one just looks cool because they had a really cool tent that they brought.
It's like a teepee. All right, Tyler, what do you got?
Kind of.
Okay, so I'm going back to my roots. My favorite one is the Jackostown Noack 2018 Lodge set. So they've got the otter as their guy on the top, and then the rest of the body on the bottom. And I think it's really cool. I think the design is great for it.
Yeah.
But
I like those colors. The red is nice. Pause.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna follow what Grimble had. This one's from my Vigil. I think that this one's pretty cool. It's what we were talking about earlier. This is the one where they just kind of cut it off, don't have a border. So that was from mine. And then the other one, I would say this one's a pretty cool flap just because it's kind of exclusive. So that one gets sent to you from National at the start of your term. So that one's cool. We'll see what the chat says about who has the coolest patches. So we can move on to. Do we want to hit? I pulled a couple questions. I have OA ABC. So it's basically I googled OA plus A, and then it popped up. So we have all the way that till Z, and then we can just kind of talk through those things. Or we have the top googled OA questions, or we just have random other questions that we can do. Anyone have an idea or preference what they want to do?
I don't care.
good with anything.
Good with anything?
We just go ahead and start off with the first one, ABCs.
All right, ABCs. I don't know how we want to field these, but I guess we'll just do it what's the first thing that comes to your head about it, or like what's one thing that you want to share about this? So the first one, A, is OA adults. So what is the first thing that pops up, or like what is something you want to share about that? Colin, you'll start.
OA adults. First thing that comes to my mind is advisors, because they have that experience and they can keep us on the right track. Make sure that we're able to lead our program and get everything going well.
Okay, mine would be Mr. Beebe because he was my first advisor, so that's what mine would be. Danny, you want to go?
I'd probably say something like Cullen here. They really help guide us on the right path here to get where we want to be, and they kind of help push through a lot of the hard paperwork and things that are hard for us to manage. So I think we kind of have to thank them for helping guide us through this program.
Tyler, we'll bounce back to you. I guess you're chewing. Max, we'll go to you.
I think they first thing that comes to mind is just kind of like the youth saying something crazy, right? And then the adults either there's two types of advisors, right? There's the one that says, okay, well, let's go even crazier, and then there's the one that says, okay, hold on, let's bring it back a step. And it's really fun to be in a meeting with both of those and see where it goes.
All right, Tyler, we'll bounce back to you.
All right, yeah, now I'm ready. Okay, so the first thing that comes to mind with me is the fact that they've helped me so much on guiding me to the right path. Like, when I first moved here, I didn't know anybody, and I had Ryan to help me, but he's not an adult. And I ended up going as a secretary, and I got to meet Brad Payne, and he really led me and helped me gain confidence to become the chief, which I'm glad I am now.
All right, Alex.
I would say first thing I heard that adults were supposed to do is, like when the lodge chief spoke, he said 500 cheeseburgers, and Mr. McCoy got up there and said, "Wow, about 500 fries." So I just thought of that. That was the first thing.
Yeah.
The food aspect of OA.
Yeah, that's one thing that they tend to share is that kind of story about the role of an advisor. If you're ordering the McDonald's and you're like, okay, yeah, and then the advisor says, oh, don't forget the fries. Yeah, that's a good one. Matt, you're up.
Yeah, advisors basically always the thing that came to my mind is they're the person who takes your crazy ideas that may or may not be safe and then helps you adjust them to either make them slightly more safe or making it so that you can do it. So it's really that guiding hand that helps you complete what you want to do.
All right, that was kind of a hard one. We'll go, and if someone ends up having like the same thing you have to say, or you just don't have something, you can just say like pass or something like that. So the B, OAB is brotherhood.
I'm gonna pause you there real quick, Ryan. You guys go ahead and send Zach your pictures of your patches, or just send it to that chat that we had. He wants to post them on Instagram, etc. The patches that you showed, so other people can kind of send in theirs, that sort of stuff.
Can I do it after?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a good idea. Okay, so brotherhood. Does anyone have anything come to the top of mind, or what comes to the top of your mind?
Instant, I got this one.
Yeah.
First thing that comes to mind, when I first joined the Arrow, I spent like the whole night playing Gaga Ball with complete strangers, and I made a lot of friends that night.
The first thing that comes to what?
Yeah, you can go.
All right. The first thing that comes to mind when I think of brotherhood is in the 2016 Fall Fellowship, which was my first fellowship. I didn't really know anybody because I just did my ordeal that August. And I showed up and I was just kind of sitting around talking to like the two people that I knew. And then Austin Emarovitz came into the cabin holding 2 cases of Mountain Dew in each hand, dropped them on the table, and his dad came in behind him, dropped a bunch of chips on the table, and said, "All right, boys, we're finishing these tonight." And then we just started eating them, and I got sick.
Yeah.
That was a fun night. So go to Fall Fellowship.
Yeah, for real.
Definitely.
My first thing that popped up when I was thinking, and I would definitely like second all that stuff that you guys had to say about how like some of your best friends are in the OA. which is the same with me and like all the fun times that you get to spend with the brotherhood. Mine, the first thing that popped up is the brotherhood ceremonies because Ottawa, I did a ton of those with Peter and Alex and Brad, and those are a lot of fun. So if you haven't done your brotherhood, I recommend very highly that you do your brotherhood. That's a very fun ceremony, and especially if you get to do it at a DBRA, we've got something very special with that McGeesee arrow, which is really sweet.
Yeah.
The first thing that comes to mind with me, Brotherhood, is a couple years ago, I went to Section C, I don't even know what it is anymore, C6A. I went to their section conclave, and it was the first big event I'd ever gone to, like, because I hadn't even gone to anything after my ordeal. And I went there, and I had just moved troops, and I had, just been an ordeal, so I had no clue what was going on. I didn't know anybody really. And I know that when I was there, I got a bunch of really good training. And then I also got to meet a bunch of higher up section officers because they were just kind enough to come out and say hi to me, the kid who was sitting out there alone. And I ended up meeting a lot of fun people, and some of them even to this day still talk to me, and they guide me when I need help.
Yeah, the place where when I thought about Brotherhood, the first thing I thought was the first ceremony I ever did with McGeesee, when I was doing one of their Brotherhood ceremonies. That was my first ever one. That was a lot of fun. But the other one that came to mind is the boys supporting me at Coney Island on rough days, They really help you pull through and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, Brotherhood's a big thing.
I didn't speak.
Yeah,
I would say the arrow.
Yeah.
After putting that together, you don't forget that at all.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The McGeesee arrow is really sweet. Do we have everybody? We got everybody on the
I still was going to go. Basically, my thing is everybody else, same thing. Brotherhood, especially with the brothers that you make and you meet, you got these people who you can make these bonds with that will last a lifetime. A lot of these are guys you can call on no matter what you need. They'll always be there for you and help you out when you need them.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. All right, so moving on to C. This one should be relatively short. So I have two for it because you gotta do it. Cult ? We'll just do a thumbs up, so no one is thumbs up, thumbs down.
Wait, what did you
Say that again?
Cult ?
Oh, okay.
Cult.
Double thumbs up from Max. Danny's saying no. I'll probably go with the no. I guess we don't know. But a real C is chapters. What do you think when you think of chapters? What's your chapter story?
I think of hummus first thing.
Hummus
definitely.
Hummus, and then Corey Sanborn, my first year chapter chief in the American Kilt.
Right. That's a good one.
I think of losing the spot of secretary my first ever chapter picnic.
Yeah, that happened. Hey, but you know what? You moved all the way back. Look where you are.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, chapter, I always think it's the group of people who you first start with, and they're the guys who you bond with the most. You see them every month, and you get to hang out with them. They're the people who you go and have goofy shenanigans with, and really get to have a great time getting to know them, and they're really almost your closest brothers.
Yeah, first thing that comes to mind for me is Ryan Stoltz, funny enough, because when I first moved here, he was the guy that walked over to me, being the chapter chief at the time, and then you'll eventually build up and go off to other lodge events and meet other people and come to where we are now.
When I first think of chapter, I think of going to my very first chapter meeting and immediately getting nominated for, I think it was treasurer. And then the very next month, I got nominated for activities. And lo and behold, I was on the chapter board.
All right, Colin, I think you're up.
Well, when I think of chapter, I think of my first chapter meetings when we were in this small room in a church. We had like 25 people packed in this small room, and we were all trying to goof around, not break anything, and get work done. And then I think of like the next chapter meeting when I volunteered for.
Said with chapter, I think definitely your chapter is where you really start your engagement for your first time. You meet some of your closest friends, and then really like for me, chapter is like Peter and Alex and Brad, and like we kind of came in at the same time. We all got elected the same board, moved on for the next year, did all of our brotherhood, did vigil the same year on lodge board together. So really like your chapter is where you get connected. And I would like to say, I mean, the chapter chiefs this year, they're in the call right now. These guys have done an exceptional job to put a lot of really good effort into your chapters. So go check the chapters out, run for chapter office, talk to these guys, and you can really start off your journey correct.
Chapter chief is the most fun I've had in the OA or in scouting probably ever. Let me be honest.
And do not write off the vice chiefs. Please run.
Yep.
Do not write off the chairmans either. You know, they're the backbone of the chapter.
Right. Yeah. Any position of responsibility really is it's a lot of fun to do, and it's a good leadership development, and that's kind of what the OA is about. All right. So we'll move on to D. This one's a little more tricky. This is kind of like I said. This came off of Google. So D for Order of the Arrow is Distinguished Service Award. What do you think about that? And does anyone think about anything about it? We can skip this one either, but
I mean, I have this.
Bored.
Yeah, I mean, I would say what I kind of think of is the ceremony that they present it at at NOAC. They present those Distinguished Service Award. For people who don't know, the Distinguished Service Award is it's kind of like one of the top awards you can get on the national level for the Order of the Arrow. It comes with a knot and it comes with an award. We have one of the really close advisors I've had in section and in my chapter, Brian Kronowski, is a DSA recipient. So that's kind of what I think of. This is kind of a hard one, so if we don't have anything, we can just pass and go to the next thing. Pass. Danny says pass.
Yeah.
All right, we'll pass it. We'll pass it. All right, the OA Eagle Scout ceremony.
Ooh.
Not Eagle Scouts, so.
Ooh.
I guess
I
I
got
think
one
of
for this.
my court of honor that's coming up. I'll invite you boys. I'll invite everyone in the chat.
Aw.
Yeah, ditto for me. If
Ditto
Corona
for me.
out.
Ditto for me.
Am I the only one in this chat who's been through that ceremony?
I've done the ceremony a couple times. I never had it done
I
for me.
performed it, but I never received it.
Yeah, I've performed it as well.
All right.
Same here.
So
Well,
let's
I mean,
us four will perform it for these three.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I thought it was a cool ceremony. What do you?
it was.
Yeah,
It
I
is.
think it's a good thing.
I mean, what I think about for that is standing in front of everybody and then watching my friends as the Four Winds and the principals doing the ceremony, and just like it's a really cool ceremony. So it's really cool to see it again, and then I always remember when everybody lined up to give me the final words of wisdom from the winds, and everybody give me some nice taps on the shoulder at Andrew Chaika.
Chickadoo.
That was a fun day.
All right, we'll move on to F. F for Order of the Arrow, Founders Award. I don't know. Do we have anything about that? That one's kind of another award one.
Founders
Ryan,
is-
did you get it?
Huh?
Did you get it?
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah. That's what I think of.
Well, I think of Rendezvous when we said we'd nom Danny for Founders.
Founders.
I'd have to ditto that one.
I jumped out of that tent real quick.
That's good. All right. Next one is gear. So we'll just do this as like, what is the number one piece of gear that you bring to an OA event?
Slash a knife.
A knife,
Match.
sash.
I forgot my Sash one annual dinner.
For me, it's a car, man, because you can always sleep in a car. I don't bring tents.
Mm.
Number
say a
one piece of
lighter.
gear. Lighter, yeah, that's probably good.
Burn
Yeah.
stuff. Very
Gotta-
important.
Yeah, because you gotta light the fires and all the torches and all that,
Yeah.
all the smush pots.
I guess he has a blowtorch for that.
We have 3 blow torches actually.
Yeah.
I think it would be money, probably.
Money.
Now,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gear, but I think
One of these.
I don't know. Yeah, one of those.
Say a water bottle.
One of these.
Yeah, water bottles. Stay hydrated, boys. Can we stay hydrated, please?
Hydrate.
Yeah, put your number one piece of gear in the chat. Okay. So High Adventure. That's H. OA High Adventure. Has anybody been on OA High Adventure?
I haven't.
Is anyone planning on going?
I would like to try one, but I was actually going to last summer, but my airline. Look, all I'm saying is I can't say good things about Spirit Airlines.
Spirit is
Spirit
not,
stole my window when I was going down to sea base. I was in the back row, the last row of the plane, and it's supposed to be the window seat.
Yeah.
No window there. It's like the worst thing ever.
Ooh.
No,
Yeah.
Danny Cackle did trail crew, and he said that was one of his favorite experiences in scouting. So
Yeah, I've been to
It must
Philmont
be good.
twice, but I haven't been to any. So I think if I had to go, I would probably go to Sea Base because that seemed. Andrew went to Sea Base. He said that was a lot of fun. So
Sea base is beautiful.
yeah, so we've got scholarships. If anybody wants to go to OA High Adventure, let us know.
I kind of want to go to Northern Tier on OA High Adventure. I think that'd be really fun.
One of the interesting things about that I heard is you're not allowed to have waterproof boots because when you do it, and you're like the water because you got to portage the canoe, got to put the canoe up and walk through the water. So if you have waterproof shoes, it won't drain out. So that was an interesting thing that I didn't know.
In terms of just like OA part of it, where you do service for the High Adventure base, I think Northern Tier is kind of a cool one because the trails out there were made. Some of them were made like 100 years ago with the service corps that Roosevelt made with to combat the Great Depression and stuff, and you kind of. You're continuing that history of service to that camp there, which has been going on for many, many years.
Sweet. All right. We'll move on to insignia. So what is like your number one go-to insignia? So I guess we'll do this as like the universal airman dangle, your sash, or your flat. What do you like wear most often? I would say sash.
Sash is definitely my go-to preferred.
Yeah. Sash is my preferred one, for sure.
I mean, going off wearing most often, I always have my flap on my uniform, but I would say, I always see it, so I kind of stop noticing it after a while. I'd say sash for sure. When I put on my sash, I know, it's OA time.
I'd say my Longomat pin. Does that count?
Yeah, that counts. That's cool.
Longomat pin.
For your name tag.
Yeah, I like my name tag.
Or your
It's
dangle
fun.
or whatever,
You still can't see it. That's pretty cool. It's a piece of wood engraved, and it's got my visual name on it, and it's got my name on it. It also, you can't see it. Whatever.
That's cool. Calling anything special?
We say the dangly because before I got my vigil, my uncle gave me his dangly with his vigil pin on it, so I wear that now.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah, not a lot of people wear them, so that's pretty cool that you do. All right, we'll move on to Jay.
Setting a trend.
This one's probably gonna be short. Journey to Excellence. What do you guys think when you think of OA Journey to Excellence, which is no longer a program? Do we think of anything, or we just gonna pass it?
What is Journey to Excellence?
It used to be what it got replaced by performance measurement now. So the stuff that's about like activation and like brotherhood, that is what JTE used to be. So I guess we'll pass it. We don't have really anything, right? Yeah, Danny's saying pass it. Okay. Knot. So this was like a question. It was like, does the OA have a knot? Like, so we'll pose it this way. If the OA had a knot, what do you think it would look like?
I would just be like,
DSA, maybe, I don't know. Because the DSA is like red majority, right?
Yeah, red and white, yeah.
isn't there a
Oh,
BSA?
like an award knot?
Yeah, like, people were asking
Oh,
if
okay. I
the
thought it was
OA
like,
had,
like a knot, like you tie.
No,
I think there
people
is
were-
an OA award knot.
Yeah, the DSA is the OA, like, award knot, but that's separate. People thought that there was one just for, like, being in the ordeal. But,
Probably just be red and white,
Red
not
and
of some
white.
sort. Other than
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
all right,
Yeah.
cool. All right, lodges. What do you think of when you think of lodges?
Noquet Lodge 29, the best lodge in all of OA.
I think we should stop there.
Like a knot.
All right, we'll second that, we'll third that, and we'll,
Motion passes.
There you go.
OA, this one, OA for M, is OA Michigan. What do you think of when you think of OA in Michigan?
Think of Noquet once again.
I think we will second
That
that,
would be correct.
I
and
think
we'll
Section C29, honestly.
NOAC. This is probably a good one. Alex, you want to start? What do you think of when you think of NOAC?
I think of 2 all-nighters with Tyler in my dorm room, with him like hugging the chair opposite way of how you're supposed to sit in a chair. Yeah, like that.
I
That's
think
what
NOAC, I'm hoping I can attend.
Hoping to attend
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
We have slots left, so if somebody wants to go to NOAC.
I'm
The
excited for this
2016
next one.
LLD. Because everybody came back and was chanting, "Wear a hazard."
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good story. We'll just tell that. So, we commonly go around with a big speaker at the 2018 NOAC. Our then lodge chief and his brother, Mike and Matt Sanker, basically wrote like a song for our lodge with all of our chants in there and everything. And we were like playing that on the speaker like all over NOAC. And we go to get into one of the shows, and they stop us and they take the speaker. And they say that they're like not going to give it back and all this stuff, and then we start chanting, "We're a hazard." It was a good time. They gave the speaker back eventually, but yeah, apparently having a speaker in a concert is a hazard. So yeah, Danny, did you have something to say, or you're like?
I gotta head out, guys. It was fun being on the stream
See you,
tonight.
Danny.
See you later, Danny.
Good having
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.
Miss
And
you
there
already.
were 6. All right. Now we can start talking about visual stuff since Danny's gone.
And we're live.
So ordeal packing. That's O. Like what is like one thing that you regret not having on your ordeal? If
I
any.
can say for my longamatting, I regret not bringing sunscreen.
Ooh,
But
that's a
like
good
for
one.
my actual ordeal, I had no regrets.
Okay, that's good. Prepared well.
For my
Mine. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right. So for my ordeal, it snowed at D-Bar-A in
Whoa.
April. Wasn't fun. So I had only brought the only pair of long pants I brought was my basically brand new Class A short or Class A pants, and I was painting the black tar fences at D-Bar-A.
Ooh.
Yeah, those boys were speckled with black. Definitely wish I had brought more pants and yeah, not done that.
Yeah, change of clothes. Yeah, for sure.
So with my OA ordeal, it rained for like a solid 3 or 4 hours the night that we went out, and my only regret was not going underneath the canopy because we were supposed to, but the Alangamats never told us to.
Hmm.
So I sat in the rain for 4 hours.
Yeah, so maybe having a tarp. Didn't you burrito yourself?
Yeah, I burritoed myself, but it kept leaking through. There was a hole somewhere.
Oh.
But then when I actually Alangamated it, my radio got taken away right before our service event for the day, and I went into the middle of the woods and cleaned a shower house, and we made some. We almost made mustard gas. That was pretty fun. So I regret not having a radio.
Yeah. Max, anything? Any
I mean-
bad experience?
It didn't rain for mine, but I would definitely say after being on the crew that takes people's like bundles back to the lodge for when they come back from their ordeal, the amount of trash bags I had to hand out to people who did not bring rain gear was quite alarming. So definitely rain gear is like, I think that one of the most important things.
Colin, any advice?
I don't really have anything that I like regret not bringing. I was lucky enough for my dad had a Langamat before, and he like told me, yeah, you want to bring that, but yeah, when I did my ordeal, and both times I Langamatted, all right, I regret not flipping the tarp underneath myself because I had it like flat, but I didn't loop it underneath myself, so like rain was able to get in better. So yeah, that was something that I learned for my Langamatting time.
Yeah, do that burrito. That's the
Yeah.
That's the move. So my ordeal was at Sash and Bash 1, and we were cleaning basically the moat of Fort Wayne. So it was like super overrun. The number one thing that I was really glad I had was work gloves, and that's kind of the same for like at DBRA and stuff. Like you may be painting, but you may need work gloves. So definitely like bring work gloves if anybody. That would be my number one tip. All right, so we'll move on. We kind of covered patches. Patches is our P. We'll just let that be how we had it. Qualifications.
The Chippewa patch.
Chippewa
Ghosted. Patch. Shout out. We got the swag.
There you go. All right. So qualifications. I guess we'll say like what was like the hardest qualification for you to get to be in the OA. I would say for me it was just having our election because we went from being a troop that never held elections to like the first year having elections. So mine was just having the election. It would be what mine was.
I would say qualifications to get in.
Sorry, Tyler, go.
This is qualifications to get into the OA?
Yeah.
I think it's really like being one of the best people in your troop. Not best people, but more like everybody appreciates you for who you are and they believe that you're best fit for it. That's one of the hardest things to do, really.
I would say the election because there was 21 people on the ballot, I believe.
Wow.
Only 6 of us got in.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah.
And then for a second year too, that was pretty hard.
For me, the troop I was in, it was really like the way that most of the troop members saw it is like, oh, you're only allowed to elect 1 or 2 people in. So it was really hard to be one of the guys that got in, and then once I was able to come back and be like, no, come on, if they deserve it, let's get them in. And so I was able to able to clear the way for like future people in my troop. But I think that was I guess my troop's stigmatization, or I don't know, like ways, I guess.
Yeah. The election, yeah. Okay. What do you think, Grimble? You got elected really young.
Yeah, I was the youngest from my troop that went through and did it. It was within the first little bit of me being in the OA or being in Boy Scouts, because I went and got my first class before I went to summer camp for the first time, and so I did a lot of that stuff. And I guess it wasn't really too hard. The hardest part was probably the election, etc. But I was lucky enough that my troop always had a kind of mentality that even the younger guys who are new, if they're outstanding or if they're showing themselves to be able to do things and able to provide leadership even from such a young age, that they can get ready to go into the OA and that they are ready to join the order.
What do you think, Colin?
The hardest thing for me, I think, was just getting first class and just getting the rank. But was also lucky enough where my troop was very supportive in getting everybody into the OA that was worthy enough. But yeah, it's just getting first class.
Yeah, I've been working with some of our younger scouts in our unit, and that tends to be kind of one of the harder ones, is getting everybody to first class. Like by the time that they like are interested in being in the Order of the Arrow. Our OA troop rep is our representative. What do you? I guess Alex is our token troop rep. So what would you say is like the number one thing that a troop rep should do?
Talk about the OA and then like try to like say how we're not a cult and like we actually don't do just like child labor and we have fun.
Yeah, the fun aspect, I think, and like that kind of personal reaching out to the members of your unit and inviting them to things and saying, "Hey, you'd be really good at this," I think is pretty critical to being an OA rep, and that can really help like with numbers and activation and all that. Anyone, has everybody been an OA troop rep?
I have.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a patch for that somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
The biggest thing, yeah, is definitely talking about it and getting people interested. My troop always met kind of far away from where we did our meetings for the chapter, but that's just because of how big McGeesee always was. But I always was able to usually convince a couple of them just to come on out and just give it a shot. Even if you don't like it, then that's okay. Still, just come out, give it a shot, and see what you think.
Yeah, I know when I was a troop rep, I would try to send emails to everybody, the youth and their parents, just to make sure that they knew what was happening. Since a lot of the youth in my troop at the time didn't have Facebook, or just didn't follow them on or on the social media platforms. And I would I would call everybody in the OA aside at the end of the troop meeting, tell them what was going on, remind them to come to the chapter meeting, that week or something like that, and just make sure that they knew and make sure that their parents knew, so they could get them out there. I talked to a lot of parents to tell them to get their kids to places.
All right. Is that good, or you guys want to jump in on the troop rep advice?
That's all for me.
That's all I have.
Cool.
Or I would just say don't downplay the importance of your position. It's really like you're like the first line of, you might be the first impression of the OA to members in your troop, and that's pretty important. So make sure you like try your best.
It's good advice. All right. This is a big question. This question is about the sash, and I want people in the comments to also comment down below the true and best way to do this. So, what way do you guys put on your sash? Do you put it on through this way, or do you pull it on by pulling it down this way? Do you go bottom?
I go with option C. I have to undo the epaulet loop because my sash is busted, so I got to do a clip, and it's easier just unbutton, put it on top.
I used to loop it all the way through and throw it back, but then someone just showed me doing it from the back, and you only have to pull it this much instead of just looping it through. So I go through the back. What do you guys do?
I gotta go with option C as well. Most of my sashes, I mean, my new Vigil sash is not broken, but I haven't been able to wear that, so I guess I'll have to try out the through the back.
I go do that.
Oh,
through the front.
Through the front. Okay. Ooh, you're a front.
Yeah, usually with my normal sashes, I would always loop it through the front and then pull it back.
Yeah.
Behind me, because if I tried pulling through the back, but it would always catch on the pins, and I would have to do that every time, adjust it. But with the Chief sash, a safety pin here, so I have to loop it through the button.
Right.
Just unbutton it, like Madden.
That's probably the same for Tyler, right?
Same for me, yeah.
What did you do when not when you did? Did you go through the back or through the front?
I went through the front.
Oh, dude, I feel like that's amateur hour. We'll see what the chat says.
Yeah,
guess-
it was
And
Andrew.
I don't like catching my pins on everything.
I guess.
you know.
I don't know. I find it so much easier just to do like move this much of cloth instead of like move the whole thing. We'll see. I don't
Yeah,
know.
definitely.
All right. So that was fun. Tap out. What is like the one thing you remember from tap out, or what is your like tap out experience?
Oh boy.
You mean call out because tap outs are banned from national.
Yeah.
Can't do
Sure.
them anymore.
So T, we'll change T to call out.
I didn't have one.
I remember my
Vigil.
like the Eagle advisor. He would do our call outs. He'd like dress up in regalia, which was really bad regalia.
Your advisor would dress up in regalia?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's interesting.
It gets better. So then he would like play like an old like Native American like drum beating whatever chant. And then like when he calls our name, he had like his big like walking staff. He would like bang it down, and we met at a middle school cafeteria. So then like there'd be like there were 6 of us at that year. So then there would be 6 like black marks on it, and the school hated him for it.
Ooh. That might be the most unique call out story I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I'd have to say, I didn't have a call up. My troop was like, okay, hey, you got in. And then I got my ordeal and stuff. And right after the getting ordeal, like, that summer, I went to summer camp. And there was a call out ceremony, and all the troops were there. And I didn't know. So, like, at the end, when they're like, if anyone hasn't been called out, come forward now. And I was like, oh, I'm in the airway. That's me. I stood up. Me and my friend, we stood up, and we went down there, and we got called out. And they brought us away. And I'm like, I don't think I was supposed to do that. I had to find my troop, and they're like, yeah, you were not supposed to go there.
Huh.
So I got called out after the fact.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't remember my call out, but I do remember it was at Hodag, which is one of the events that Palman puts on every year. And I remember being like pulled to the side and having like not to or in the regalia freezing cold. But I also think about doing the call outs at D-Bar last summer. Because that was like my first ceremony that I did that wasn't a crossover. So that was really fun too.
Tyler, were you called out ever?
No, I wasn't. I think my troop just told me, and then I went
Yeah.
to my ceremony.
All right, we might have to move into a lightning round since we're hitting our almost done mark. We'll just do like one word on these things. So, where were we?
You, I believe.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
just
No.
did call outs. No, we didn't tap outs, so it got to you.
We just yeah. You. Okay. Useless.
Advisor. Oh.
I heard lodge board.
Yeah. Lodge board.
Yeah.
Lodge board.
We'll go with that. One word for vigil.
Breathtaking.
Moms.
Lavender.
Succulent.
Fire.
Honored.
Yeah, I would say honored. All right.
That's a good one.
Weeblo's crossover ceremony.
Upward Trail is a commercial, not a call out.
Upward.
Crossover.
That's true.
That's one word.
Meticulous.
Mm,
Ad-libbing.
yep. All right. I don't know why this one was in here, but it was. Maybe it's like a giveaway. I don't know. It's a bad one, so we might have to skip it. But it's Xbox.
Fall Fellowship.
All fellowship.
Fall
Oh my
Fellowship.
God.
That's a good one. All right.
Door prize.
Door prize. Yep.
We tried.
Yep, door prize.
YouTube.
No
No
cable.
KTV.
Noquet Live. Noquet TV. Yeah.
I thought of the NOAC promos first.
Okay. Last one. Z. Zach Schonfield.
Ooh.
What?
Friends not yet met.
Yeah, he's our national.
I think of Zach Dotson because they share a name.
Zach Dotson, that's a good one. We'll just replace that. All right. I've got a couple just general questions. What is one thing that you're most looking forward to in the Order of the Arrow?
Like now?
NOAC this summer. I missed last NOAC.
I would say Fall Fellowship again.
I would say Fall Fellowship, Vigil Weekend.
I'd say the next time I get a Langham at.
Fellowship.
Sorry, Colin, we missed you.
Oh, I said the next time I get a Langham at.
Yeah, that's fun. Grimble, is setting up the arrow one of the things you're looking forward to?
Setting up the arrow is definitely, that was one of my favorite things to do. A lot of work goes into it, but it's always great to see at the end. Big payoff.
All right. What is like the number one thing you've learned from the Order of the Arrow? I'd say outside of like the leadership stuff that we might be talking about, or people might say, I think I've learned that you can, to definitely give things a try. Because when I was doing like Cub crossover ceremonies, like I was going to see like the Weelos like cross over to my troop, and I saw them do it, and I was like, dude, there's no way I'm ever gonna do a Cub crossover ceremony. I'm never doing that. And then I ended up doing like a Cub crossover, loved it, got super into ceremony. So it's like, I would say it showed me that like you can try, like if you try something, you might end up like really liking it. So definitely like give everything a try.
Yeah, I'd say that.
One of the things I learned was self-confidence a little bit. So I remember coming here, I had no clue what I was doing, and I didn't know anybody. But after being around with this group for a while and getting to go to a bunch of trainings and leadership assemblies, I've learned more about how to be myself and how to just take control when it needs to be taken.
I'd have to ditto that. When I first joined the OA, I was one of the quiet kids. You would catch me dead before you caught me, like, chanting with my troop. But, now my vigil name is all about how I can't shut up. So, when I first went to my, like, OA function and, my chapter's battling for the coup, I just saw all these maniacs yelling. And I'm like, you know what? Why not join them? And now I lead them, right? So...
Yeah, I think something in addition to self-confidence, that was definitely a big one. But what I thought about was like project, like planning things, like planning events and stuff like that. Because before I joined, I had like done a few weekend campos for like my troop, just putting together day itineraries. But right after I joined, I had to make the lock-in, and with working with my advisor. I was able to learn how to do that, and then it kind of set the stage for like where I am now, because in everything that I'm doing right now, I'm doing something with program and planning programs. It's really fun.
It's definitely, in my experiences, it's been a lot of fun, and learned a lot about working together with my other leaders of the chapter or the lodge or whatever, and really working together and communicating with everybody.
It's a good one. All right. What is your favorite memory in the Order of the Arrow?
That one for me, it's pretty easy. It was when I got called out for vigil. I was totally not expecting it, and I was just sitting there talking. In fact, I was talking with the chap chief at that time, Adam Larden. I was like, they were talking about somebody else who was in the chapter. And I was like, nah, man, I'm not going to get selected for vigil. I haven't been in and doing stuff for long enough. And that same day I got called out, and it was total surprise. And it's a very emotional experience to go through.
I think my favorite days my favorite memories are either the vigil weekend, where I ended up going through my vigil, or NOAC 2018. Those two compete a lot with each other, and I just had so much fun with everybody that I met there, and I got close with everybody, and I'm so glad that I got to experience both of them.
I'd
I would
say
say, go on, Max.
Max
Okay.
is gonna win that
I,
one.
I have to say either the vigil ceremony, or I really liked when I was able to be Alawat Sakima in a brotherhood ceremony with the Magisi arrow, and just seeing having that booming voice and seeing all those brothers in the OA and really riveted in what you're saying. I think that was a really cool moment that I'll always remember.
I would say, other than Vigil, I would say being Gordy at NOAC.
Yeah.
Boom.
Dude, Alex is the number one Gordy.
My favorite memory, I'd say, would be sitting outside of the YMCA after the 2017 lock-in, and then we were doing a Rose, Buds, and Thorns, and as everybody was leaving, it just kind of set in. Me and my advisor and the rest of the staff were like, "Holy crap, we just did that with only a few months of planning," and thinking, "I'm never going to do that again." That was a whole bunch of work.
Yeah.
I don't want to go through that again. And then I did it the next year.
Yeah, that's fun. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot, but I would say, since you guys are picking that as your favorite memory, I would say Vigil call out. When I was being Vigil Chief, being able to call this group out, well, except for Grimble, that was really crazy to me, because even for as much as it's really fun to go through your Vigil and do that, it's even more fun seeing someone else who deserves it and you being able to be a part of their experience. And I thought that was one of the best experiences that I've had, and one of my favorite memories. So I guess we're probably gonna do one more question. Do you guys have any questions, or we'll just go into one last thing, or we can just wrap it up or whatever? I would say, okay, we'll do one. If you're new, give a piece of advice to someone who's looking to get involved in lodge leadership or in OA leadership. What would you advise someone who's looking to get involved?
I'd say just go to an event, whether it's a chapter meeting or just something where people in the OA are at, and just ask and just say, "Hey, what can I do to help? Is there anything that I can help out with?" And whether you get directed up to the chapter chief or whoever, they'll find something for you to do, and you'll get involved right away.
Yeah. Two things I'd say would be networking and communication. So you want to meet as many people as you can, and getting your name out there really helps with getting elected for position, because people will remember your name a lot easier if they hear it a lot more often. And just having communication with all those people really sets you up to be a big person.
Yeah, mine really fits in. Find your niche in the OA. When I first joined, it was ceremonies. That's what I really started doing them, and I loved them. And finding that, it's what kept me going and kept me active and kept me coming back, so that I could work my way and become up to points where I'm doing the bigger and better things.
That's really good advice.
For getting involved, talk with anyone in a position of leadership, even a chairman. Just talk with them. If you're wondering how you can get involved, they'll tell you exactly how they are involved, and other positions in the OA, and you can hear that stuff and be like, "Oh, I can do that." And then just talking to them, they'll refer you to other leaders, and you can connect with them that way and see how we lead in the OA.
Yeah, I would say be yourself, and then just go outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I would, if I had to sum it up, I would definitely say listen to all that advice, because you're getting it from the top dogs right here. But I would definitely say what Grimble had to say about finding your niche, finding what will keep you active, even if you don't have a position, something that you really love doing, that's going to spread to everyone else. And then definitely look for ways to help. I know mine like I was already a chapter chief. I ended up getting chapter chief as my first position I ever ran for, and that's just kind of I got lucky. But one of the ways that I started kind of meeting people was I just randomly was getting like waters for the lodge board at an event. I was just like they were out of water. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to get water already. I'll go get some. And it's like that's kind of it's like I didn't realize it now, but that kind of like servant leadership and always being like ready to network and reach out to people and look to help and kind of fit in and just do something small for people that really can do a lot to help you kind of get engaged and get involved. But it is 8:00. We made it for 2 hours. Hopefully that was somewhat entertaining for everybody. Yeah, Danny or someone. I don't know if this is Danny or not.
That's Danny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Miller Mania's Danny.
Yeah, Danny's advice is to don't underestimate yourself. You have the abilities, and you are elected for a reason. Also remember that you always have a whole organization standing behind you to support you. So that's Danny's advice. So with that, I would say it was a good time. We'll have to see if there's interest in doing these again. But we didn't get to everything we were going to do, but I think it was good.
1,
Any last
2,
things to say?
3, 4, 5.
Tyler takes the cake with the hats, man.
6 away hats. Happy.
Sweet. Well, if you want to meet any of these guys, show up at some OA events. I guess our next one is going to be the LEC and Lodge elections, May 23rd, and then we'll also have our induction weekend, the third weekend in June, and then coming up very soon next year is Sash and Bash 3. So I'm sure all of them will be at Sash and Bash 3 and be a big part of that. You can get your Sash and Bash 3 buttons, but definitely reach out to them if you have any questions. These guys and Danny are your chapter chiefs. They have a lot of knowledge, and I'm sure they'd be more than happy to reach out to you and talk to you and share your experiences. So with that, we'll say adios. See you, everybody.
See ya.
Stay safe.
Don't inject yourself with any disinfectants. Yeah.
Stay home.
True that.
Now, if you take your